What's up YouTube? Pilot 83 here. Today we're going to do a basic tutorial on how to use the autopilot in the F-14 Tomcat. We're going to go over how to follow a flight path that you have created and how to hold your altitude, heading, and how to use the auto throttle, and how to make this plane ascend and descend with your vertical speed. So first off, this will be part 1. I will do another part 2 discussing ILS landings and stuff. So I have a flight route planned right now. We are at Queenstown, New Zealand, headed for Nelson Airport in New Zealand. So let's go ahead and get inside the plane. Don't pay attention to the Velocity 1 glitch there. We're still waiting on them to fix that, if you know what I mean. Go ahead and set our barometer there. Alright. So let's go ahead and take off. As you can see up here, you can see my flight route, my waypoints. Going to turn the plane in takeoff mode. Alright. Go ahead and turn on navigation over here. Go ahead and move our range. Out. There we go. And you can see here the path we're going to be taking. Alright, so let's go ahead and get up in the air and go over some stuff. Let's do it, shall we? I love the power this plane has when she takes off. I absolutely love it. So we'll go ahead and get up a little bit here. Get above these mountains a little bit, and then we'll start. Alright, so let's go start because they want us to hold 10,000 feet. So let's go ahead, come over here. You'll see your autopilot section. Turn your autopilot on. Let's go ahead and turn on. Oh, nope, not that. Oh, yeah, switch this to nav. If you are doing low altitude airways or high altitude airways, if you are doing a IFR flight route, if you are doing a GPS flight route, then you will want to leave this in GPS. But if you're doing IFR, you want to put this on nav. So you see now we're headed toward our flight route. We're setting up. So we are right here. We're going to go back to this. So we need to go ahead and get back down to 10,000 feet. So let's go ahead over here. hit auto throttle, hit our altitude mode down. Then we got our, oh boy, she's bringing us down quick. So let's go over here to select the altitude. And I wish you could do this a little bit faster, but you can't. Go ahead and bring this down to 10,000 feet. You want to make sure where those three buttons up there where it says speed, altitude, and VS for vertical speed. Make sure that the altitude is pushed down and that vertical speed is up. So 10,000 feet. There we go. You'll see it there. Now let's go ahead and get down quick because we got up really fast. So put that at 4,000 right there. Should probably take that off. Take that off. Put us in cruise.
Maintain present heading and altitude St. Andrews 715.
All right.
St. Andrews 715.
So you see us here. You see our flight route here. We're coming back around. We're about to reconnect with our flight route and our waypoints.
Maintain present heading and altitude.
So you see we got auto throttle on right now. We got the plane in a good steady descend. So again, down here is your auto throttle, your altitude hold mode, which you want to push down to go to that altitude that you choose, your vertical speed up or down. And over here is your autopilot. So you would hit autopilot on. If you chose a IFR route in your world map when you were setting up your flight path or plan, so like I told y'all, I chose Queenstown to Nelson Airport. I did low altitude airways, so this here would be in nav mode. Now if you did direct GPS, then you would have this in GPS mode for it to follow. So you see here we are lining back up. Much simpler than some of y'all probably thought. This plane also has ILS landing capabilities where it can catch a glide slope. I will go over that in part 2 of the video. And go over a couple other things as well. We'll probably go over RNAV as well. But let's start with the basics. Everybody's got to start at the basics. So for those who are looking for this video, this one is for you. So you see we're coming on down here at 10,000, doing it nice and smooth. The auto throttle, just keep that on. Don't keep you from going too high or too low. If ATC starts bickering at you for being 10 feet over the altitude that you're supposed to be at, because sometimes these planes do that in the game, just turn them off. I did a flight earlier when I was literally 10 feet above the sign altitude, and it was just autopilot doing it, and they kept coming on and on and on saying expedite your descent to 31,000 feet. I'm like, I'm at 31,010 feet, calm down. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that I clicked off my nav mode display right here. Nav mode. So you want to make sure you have that in nav mode and this in nav mode to get your flight route.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, pilot 83 Whiskey Tango 083.
So we'll get up to 210 in just a second. So you see we dropped a little bit below 10,000 feet. Let's bring those back up. But since it's correcting our flight path, it's kind of jumping up and down right now. But right now we're in autopilot. I'm hands-free. There you go. You see our waypoint. You see we're getting back on it. But they want us to climb to, what did they say? $21,000 feet. All right. So you'll see that the plane is coming to level off now. You see our waypoint there. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, make sure that this stays in nav mode with this in nav mode when you're doing your IFR flights. I was wondering why I was going in circles like 2 times every minute, but now you see we are on course, exactly the way we are supposed to be. So let's go ahead and go up to 21,000 feet. So now let's go back to our altitude hold. Leave both of these down like that, just the VS up. 21,000. You'll start hearing these jets rev up as we're go more altitude, because it's going to start automatically taking us up there. Ah. Boom. And we can go and expedite this climb if we want. So you see the sunlight coming there. We are getting some pitch. There we go. And you see we're directly on our flight route. So like I said, remember, keep this in nav. Keep that in nav. Have your autopilot on. Get back up here. You can see we are rising up. I believe if we no, we're good. Take cruise mode off for the moment because we are rising. Okay, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and get up faster. We are. Oh. Whoa. There we go. Let's give it 4,000. Okay. There we go. She's climbing now. About to put on some afterburners to get there. But yeah, right now we're hands-free again. Plane's completely flying herself. Watch what she does when she gets up to 21,000. Almost there, getting up there quick. If I wanted to get there faster, I could take off my auto throttle and just give her full thrust, but just showing y'all that the plane fly herself here. Still maintaining our flight course. Starting to turn to the right here to follow this, as you see. She's doing it beautifully. We're about to be coming up on 21,000 in just a minute. So I'll let y'all watch this. With auto throttle on and us being on route, it's probably going to stop. Well, they want us to go 270 now. She'll probably get right there perfectly and not overshoot it like she did a minute ago, just because we were trying to get back on route. So let's go. We'll keep that at that. Let's go 270. And when I do show y'all the ILS and how that works, it's going to be over here. When we get our glide slope and all that. So like I said, I'll have a part 2. They'll be going over how to make this plane do a ILS landing. So now we're rising up to 27,000. You can take the auto throttle off if you want to. If you want to get there faster. But it is harder for this plane to maintain certain flight routes depending on how many turns there are in it. If it's a long one, then you're good, but if it's a short one, when you're going really fast, it'll get a bit off course just because you're going so fast. The plane is not going to go to a steep turn to get to it. So let's go ahead, since we're getting close, we'll go ahead and turn auto throttle back on. You'll see up top right here where we set it, 27,000.
Pilot 83 Whiskey Tango 083 heavy climb and maintain flight level 320.
Man, they want a lot from us, but well, at least you're getting to see the picture. Because repetition is what makes it stick. At least for me, it does. So 320. Still like that. You also have your altitude hold right here if you want to hold your altitude and stay at that current altitude. If you weren't using this down here, if you just want to choose a random altitude and hold it, you click that and it'll hold that altitude. And here we go, she's off. She's taking us up by herself, back in auto throttle. Look at these beautiful mountains. I love flying over New Zealand. A little wind up here. You see her walking around. Alright, so let's watch her when she comes on up to 32,000. She's going to come off the jet. She's going to level off. You see our ascend is starting to slow down now. soon as she gets there, we will go over heading, which, oh, sorry guys, freaking hit my controller. But alright, so now we're at 32. There we go, she's coming, bringing us back down. She's locking us in. Look at that. And she's doing a lot of this up and down right now because we're getting a lot of turbulence up here. You look at our vertical speed, you'll see it keep going up and down. There's a lot of wind and turbulence up here right now. That's why the plane's rocking around. But that's how you do that, guys. So real quick, we'll go over heading. Like I said, we can just go over here if we want to and just click hold altitude. And we're holding that. And all y'all know how to do headings. Same thing in this with Autopilot, very easy. By the way, guys, this is where the barometer is if y'all need to change your barometer in flight. I usually just click B on my keyboard, so I got it set to, and it automatically goes to the one they call out. But for more realism, you can get it there. Man, she's finding some turbulence up there.
Pilot 83 Whiskey Tango 083 Heavy, you are 400 feet below your assigned altitude.
Turn off his altitude hold, so she'll continue fighting against this heavy turbulence. So, if you wanted to follow a heading, guys, right here real big is heading. You just hit this right here, choose the heading you want, and then just come down here to your autopilot controls down here, and you will see heading select, and then just turn that on, and that's going to automatically make the plane follow that heading. So, if I turn off my nav mode, and my nav down here off, click my heading, start moving this. You see right there ahead of us? We are starting to go to that heading. So guys, just a little tutorial on how to do the autopilot in the F-14. Like I said, this is part 1. I will have part 2 coming out shortly, and I will show you how to do an ILS in this beautiful beast. This is one of my most favorite planes of all time. There's one at the Naval Museum that's 5 minutes away from me, and I'll tell you what, this plane is a lot bigger in person than it seems in the game. It is a freaking big jet, fighter jet. But anyway, guys, happy flying. I hope this video helped you out. Hope to see you in the skies. See you on my next video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. If you like this video and you feel like I earned your subscription, please hit that subscribe button and that like button so you don't miss out. Until next time, guys, see you in the air.